Hey everyone, Sandra Vail here at Homesteading Ways, and today I wanted to show you how to make a shelter out of a tarp or a tent tarp. As any of you know who follow me, I am not a survivalist. I don't really do that kind of stuff, but I do believe in being prepared. And so to make a shelter out of a tarp would definitely come in handy if, I don't know, say you were out doing a day hike and all of a sudden you got bad weather you weren't, counting on getting, or you got lost or something along the lines of that, or if there's some reason you have to leave your home, you need to use your bug out bag, whatever, and you need shelter quick. This is what I'm going to show you how to do. This is for, people who just want that basic knowledge just in case. Okay, I am working with an 8x10 tarp that I had in my bug out bag. If I had my choice, I would go with a little bit bigger of a tarp. Probably 10x10, 10x12 would be great. But this works, an 8x10 works. And you can pick these things up, pretty cheap. A lot of different stores. Just get one, put it in your bug out bag, go bag, whatever you want to call it. Put it in your car kit, whatever. Just make sure you have one because they're just so useful. And I also today am using tent stakes that I also picked up fairly cheap, but you don't have to even get those if you don't want to. You can use sticks. Sticks work great as tent stakes. So let's get started. Okay, one of the first things you're going to want to do when you're deciding where you're going to put your tent is to look up. You want to make sure there aren't any widowmakers up there. And a widowmaker is simply dead branches that are up in a tree that could possibly be dislodged during high winds or a storm and fall on you. So once you realize there aren't any widowmakers, find yourself a tree. You only need one. Alright, now get yourself some cord, whether it's paracord or rope or whatever, and tie it around that tree. Normally you'd want this tight, but this go around we're going to have it a little bit on the loose side, and I'll show you why. Okay, pull your tarp out and see how many grommets there are. Normally they are odd numbered, like this one has 5. So you're going to want to take your center one, the third one, whether you're counting from this end or that end, and you're going to want to take that over to the tree. Okay, take your cordage and slip it through that third grommet, the one that's in the center of your tarp, and pull that through tight. Grab yourself a stick and start turning. I'm telling you, the mosquitoes here are rabid. They are trying to attack me like nobody's business. I can hear them. They're buzzing my ears, but I put on a whole bunch of my homemade mosquito and tick spray, and I have yet to get one bite. If you want to know how to make it yourself, I'll leave a link in the description box. So now once that's tight, we're going to work on the rest of it. Just a side note, if you hear a lot of traffic, that's because I'm just in the wooded area by my house. I'm not out in the middle of a state park or something. Now before you get too far, I guess it kind of depends on what season you're in. But this tarp shelter has a floor to it. So if you are in fall or any other season where there's a lot of leaves around, go ahead and put them underneath this tarp, because that's going to cushion you and give you some insulation against the ground in addition to the floor. Otherwise, like here, I told you those mosquitoes, there's a lot of greenery, so I'm not really worried about it at the moment. So anyhow, pull this tarp out. And then you're going to take the corner and match it up to that middle or third grommet again. You're going to do that on both sides. Alright, get them lined up, and then you're going to use your tent stake. You're going to put your stake through all 3 of the holes. Pull it tight, but not too tight. Now we're going to stake down both the ends. Then we're going to move inside. See how the inside is? We're going to fold that over to make a floor. Okay, can you see how I just folded that on top of each other? Just laid it on there. I didn't stake it down for a reason. One, I didn't want any stakes coming up in case it would be really uncomfortable. But also if you have a pack or something with you, you could put that in there and that'll keep it stable. But I'm going to show you here what it's like to be inside of it. Okay, we are inside, and as you can see between the flaps and the tree, that pretty much, you know, it kind of keeps any kind of bad weather out. You can always flap these open, you know, make them bigger if you want that air circulation, which, you know, a lot of times you will because you don't want too much condensation in here. It is pretty tight, I'll tell you that. It's not great for, you know, sitting up in and moving around, but it would be great for sleeping in because it's definitely keeping in the heat. So let me see. Here we go. See, there's the back. You can put a stick up in here to raise it up higher, and I would probably do that. I would definitely recommend that. But let's take one last look from the outside. All right, from the outside, this is what we're looking at. And then we're going to come around to the front. There's a small opening. You can open either one of these flaps as far as you'd like. And then inside there's your floor. There's room for a good sized pack. And you'll definitely stay a little bit warmer and definitely a lot more dry in here than if you were outside in the elements. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope I helped you learn a little something. That's always my intention. Thumbs up if you liked it, that would be great. Leave me a comment, let me know, you know, what kind of tents you use and if this would be helpful to you or not. Subscribe, that would be awesome, I really appreciate it. Anyhow, it was nice talking to you, and you take care.